We don't have a way to do anything with Tolaria West. We have castles, we have battlements. I would be tempted to greedy keep this, but we really have to draw well. Actually, how well do we actually have to draw? If any of our green lands let us transmute, any of our creatures are great. Summoner's Pact is great. Our opponent's keeping 7. Let's keep this. This is probably going to be a mistake, but I think we have 4 natural draws to find a pretty likely card. So, that's a redraw. So we're against Grixis Shadow again. Interesting. Cool. So it's nice that we get to retry this matchup. This opponent is not on as much discard to start us off, so that's at least encouraging. You got a counter for this one? Nope. Let's see. So because we wound up using the Vestige to cast Explorer on turn 2, we don't have double blue for our Tolaria West anymore. At least we got to blink of Thoughtseize. So shocking, go to 12. We're going to see a 1/1 Death Shadow. Cool. Alright. So next turn, as long as we don't get discarded, we have a Titan. So I'm just going to play out a Tolaria West. Do we have a Titan? Actually, we're missing green off of that. So if we draw a bounce land that isn't Boros Garrison, we have Titan. And he probably has a counterspell for it too. But we have to try. G3, Gurmag Angler. Amulet, interesting. Okay, so this actually, because we don't have a forest in play, this giving us 2 green mana is actually pretty good. So Titan resolves. Alright, so we have the battlements in play. Wow, he just concedes. Interesting, but we'll take it. So maybe it was a greedy keep, but it seems to have panned out so far. So I think my opponent was also on a very slow hand. I didn't even have the discard till turn 3. So from what we saw last time, Death Shadows, Gurmag Anglers. So I do think I want these Beast Withins. I think not bringing the explosives was probably a mistake last time. I get to blow up the shadows or Sprite Dragon. I don't know if this person will have Sprite Dragon. I think that was just a good combination of cards that didn't work out for me. Don't see any value in Aether Gust. Don't see... Dismember could be good. Bailoff could be good, like we were saying before. I'm on the draw this time, so we're going to consider them. So we don't want our Pact of Negation. I'm still thinking of cutting all the Explorers. I can trim one land if I want. I don't really think I'm going to be Ghost Quartering them. Wait, do they play any basics? I don't know for sure. Just because things matter more in the early turns, I think I'm going to put back Mystical Dispute. We're going to cut the Azuses. We're not going that blindingly fast. And it dies to like everything. So we're in game 2 against our second Grixis Shadow opponent. So this makes a lot of mana. We have a transmute. It's only disruptible by Amulet. They'll probably take it, but we can get there slowly. So let's see. If this Amulet doesn't matter, we have no play till turn 4. Actually, if this Amulet's gone, we have no plays. If this Amulet sticks around, we can transmute turn 3. Yeah. And then we have a turn 4 Titan. I assume he has to have discard. We're going to mulligan this. So if I had a land that wasn't Vesuva and came in and made 1 mana, I would probably keep this in a heartbeat. But we don't. So, alright, we're keeping this one though. We have our Breeding Pool, we have Mystical Dispute, Dryad, Bounce Land, Bajuka Bog. It's fine. So we're going to put back Bajuka Bog and Snow Covered Forest, I think. So this way at least we can run out the Dryad, we can represent the Mystical Dispute if we wanted to. So use the top card of my deck and did not thought these. Field the Dead. Sure, so do I want to shock this in? I don't think I do. Play the field and just pass. He knows about it. I don't really care about a blue card he's going to cast this turn. We'll pick it up at the bounce land. Yeah, I don't really care about Hellscar. Especially when he mills over counterspell, discard spell. But, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have countered that, so it's fine. So knowing that they're bringing in Disdainful Stroke, I feel like it's a good line. I should reconsider my Dryad line in that previous game more. I kind of dismissed it because it didn't win on the turn, but the Titan one didn't win either. It just made me feel better about like being less vulnerable to certain removal. and that wasn't a guarantee. So we're going to bounce land, pick up our Field of Dead. So I would like to draw another untapped land so that I can Dryad and then represent a Mystical Dispute for blue. I don't think it's happening, but... So our opponent's at 15. Inquisition. So that probably loses the Dryad. So he's going to Shadow this turn. Yep. I should have played the Breeding Pool still. I didn't want to shock it in which case I needed to play it tapped that turn. I feel like it doesn't... My hand currently doesn't matter too much, though. I don't think he's able to kill me. Okay. So if I go to 14, I can represent counter magic and then flip the Boros Garrison in. Pick up the Breeding Pool again. Replay it next turn. Have Titan mana. I feel like I have to do this so that I have some interaction. We'll see if this 2 damage bites me. So let's see. If I packed for Dryad, he can even pay the Mystical Dispute, so it doesn't matter. So let's talk. So packed for Dryad gives me 3 land drops, but no bounce land, or no amulet. So I just have to pact for Titan and hope that he doesn't have the counter magic if I want to live. But we know that he's playing Disdainful Stroke, so I foresee this going poorly, but we've got to try. Does this change what we do at all? So in response to this, no, because he can just pay the Mystical Dispute. But that's fine, because we have a second Summoner's Pact. Second Summoner now, and he can still pay the Mystical Dispute. So I think we have to do this, just to make him. Like maybe he'll miss the line. Cool. So game 3. So I'm actually convinced these mystical disputes aren't good now. Because the game is operating on such thin margins. So that was my bad originally. Let's see. Do I just want 2 explorers? I'm on the play. I think I want to be a little faster. I don't know if I want Azusa because that requires me to have other things going on as well. Maybe worth it just to have 1 Azusa. Be reactive, but with the potential. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not completely convinced this is right, but outside of today, I haven't really played against Grixis Shadow, so let's see. So we have explosives, we have a ghost quarter, we have Field of the Dead. Land-wise, this isn't too great, but we have a lot of things going for us. I'm gonna keep this just so I can like jam the explosives for 1 early, and at least keep things in check. Cool. So this is just floating for a while. Sure. Makes sense. So yeah, so we have our EE floating whenever we want. We've got 2 packs, so we can go for those whenever we feel like it. Terminate. So lots of cantripping. I would love to draw my Bajuka Bog just not to have to worry about anything. Alright, Amulet. And he's tapped out, so hang on. So we play the Amulet. Pact for Azusa. So, okay, so hang on. So play the Amulet. Pact for Azusa. Play the Azusa with 1 mana floating. Get 2 more land drops. Because we don't have Castle. That's not enough. right? Yeah, we're one short because we don't have castle if we go for an Azusa. So we can go for Dryad, leave up our explosives. I think we just wait another turn. I mean, it's not likely he'll like tap out like that again, but that's fine. So if he has second Thoughtseize, I think we just go for a Baloth. Yeah, that was expected. Alright, so because I actually screwed up and played the Sanctuary last turn, we don't get to Titan this turn. That might be okay. So a Valakut draw just wins us the game, which would be good. Snapcaster Mage, going to grab Terminate, I guess. Yeah. Which leaves him exactly with Rebuttal up, assuming that that's what he has. Or Stubborn Denial. Alright, so we have to try. Has to be Titan. Right, yeah, Dryad doesn't do anything. Wow. Cool. Didn't expect that. So we had to go for it, and it worked out.